Tommy, can you imagine a Jeep Wrangler 392 that weighs 450 pounds less, has no doors, and is a two-seater? So basically a JLU without the U.
And then a bed in the back.
Yes, and that's what we're in. This is a concept built here for the Easter Jeep Safari called the Scrambler. And gosh, Tommy, this is probably the coolest one here in my opinion.
Really cool. So of course the Scrambler name dates back some 4 decades to the CJ8 Scrambler, which was a 2-door pickup version of the CJ7. Well, now we're in a 2-door pickup version of the Jeep Wrangler JL 392. So we'll jump out and show the outside, but listen to that 6.4 liter V8 purr.
Yeah, since Jeep brought out the Hemi Wrangler, people have just been lining up and to take this to the next level. And by next level, I mean, if you show them the hood, it's clear. You can actually see that big old Hemi under the hood. How cool is that?
It's really cool. And this whole structure has been completely modified. So that right there is a carbon roof. It's got carbon quarter panels. It's got a carbon hood. So lots of lightweight materials, a lot of exotic materials. And Jeep is doing these concepts to showcase their technology and preview perhaps some things which may make it into production later on in the future.
Yeah, so, chopped, certainly, maybe not channeled, but you can tell it's got a lowered roofline, which gives it that really cool stance. But if you're tall like me, there are drawbacks, Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, there certainly are some compromises in a concept like this, but just look at this dash. So we've got this bright green color. They've tied it in here to the interior 392 door. So of course it's got 2 doors instead of the 4. Now a lot of folks have been wanting to see a 392 engine in a 2-door Wrangler for quite some time, ever since they debuted the Unlimited only model, but it hasn't come to fruition. So is this Jeep saying, we recognize what you want and we may make it happen?
I think this is Mark Allen saying, I'm going to build the coolest, badass, most, let's call it TikTok-worthy Jeep that I can. Because look at the seats. Look behind me.
Oh yeah, they're cool. They're this really neat plaid material. And we're going to hop out here in just a sec and show you exactly what makes this Jeep so special, because there are a ton of changes, not only on the outside, but on the inside, that make this stand out beyond just a standard Wrangler 392.
Yeah, because we're certainly not rolling on 35s, Tommy.
Yeah, or 33s.
Or 33s even. So let's pull over. Let's just keep rolling, huh? Let's just show them the outside of this, because I think this is such a cool concept that, if I had $1 million, which probably this is how much it costs to build this thing, I would consider actually, if I won the lottery, offering Jeep some money for this bad boy. All right, let's hop out and show it to him from the outside.
So this video is brought to you by our friends over at onX Off-Road, the #1 go-to off-road trail navigation software out there. You can download maps ahead of time and know exactly what you're getting into so you never get lost out on the trail. But let's talk about the Scrambler concept and why Jeep should definitely make this ride. So up front here, a complete lack of front bumper for the most possible approach angle. And we still have the bronze, the gold recovery hooks here. Really, really neat. And then it's got the new grille, so the new 20th anniversary grille with the black inserts and this new body-colored leading edge. The hood, completely custom with that see-through dome, so you can see that mighty 6.4 liter Hemi shining underneath. We're talking nearly 500 horsepower in what is essentially a short wheelbase Wrangler. Scrambler 392 badging there along the side, and these custom fenders, they sit up super tall and they are very, very intricate, very, very delicate. So we've got a cutout here for the hood latch. We also have some vents here along the side, and then out back more airflow to cover up these enormous 40-inch tall tires. Now this is a Maxxis tire, a 40 by 13.5 R20. So typically when you're going for an off-road tire, you want like an 18 or a 17 or even a 15, but when you have 40 inches to play with, you got a lot of opportunity to increase that sidewall even with a 20-inch wheel. And the net result is, well, a very Hot Wheels-like design, which is pretty cool. The windshield, very raked back. You can see compared to a standard Wrangler, it's at a super steep angle. And then of course, everything from here back completely custom. So let's talk about this door opening. You've got something straight out of like a future movie from the 1980s. A really cool, almost spaceship looking like cockpit design with, of course, that carbon roof panel that we were talking about. Now, there are no hinges. There are no like visible B-pillars that are like blocking your view. It's very open, very geometric. And then, of course, you got the plaid seats, the blue on this green with the contrasting green stitching. A really nice look. Love the way that's incorporated. And then the dash, remarkably finished for a concept vehicle. So it's basically just a dash straight out of a Wrangler or a Gladiator. Very simple design, standard steering wheel, standard gauge cluster, all that is basically the same. But coming along the rear here, all of this is new. The wheel opening, the quarter panel, the way that it incorporates into the rear. The rear end is largely Gladiator, so like the tail lights, most of this is gonna be out of a Gladiator. You got this little sneaky guy.
Spy versus spy.
Is that what that is? Spy versus spy. He's holding his little piston there, that 392 emblem. And then, should we see if this opens? Don't want to break anything, but that glides down. Look, even that soft open on a concept vehicle. And then in the back here, we do have this rack, a good sized bed. I would say that's probably a 4.5, 5 foot bed. Of course, it is impeded a little bit on by the roll bar with those cool little fins up there on the roof, but a really good looking bed. You want to fold that up there, Dad?
Yeah, so
hang on, you don't have your mic on.
I turned it on.
Okay.
This is from Mad Magazine, Tommy. There was, before your time, there were two spies that always fought each other, and that was Spy versus Spy from Mad Magazine. By the way, these are carbon fiber, I believe.
That's funny, because if you look at that Jeep right there,
yeah, Magneto.
That's the new Magneto. He also's got one of these little characters.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think
iconic character for my generation.
Well, what they're doing is they're showing that, you know, you got the future of electrification, the past of internal combustion, all coming together in one event this
Why
year.
don't you show them underneath? It's pretty cool underneath. Look at the exhaust.
So you got the quad 392 exhaust poking out there, and then you can see the rear diff there along the side. Super tucked up high, no low-hanging fruit along the side of this vehicle. We got the black contrasting rear portion, which kind of help lengthen. And what does this button do? Do not press?
I don't know.
Should we press it?
I don't know. I don't want to press the button on $1 million concept. Did you press it?
Oh yeah.
You did press it. That's a little Easter egg that Mark Allen, I suspect, hid in the Jeep just for that purpose, huh?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but overall, a great looking concept. And Dad, I think it's my turn to drive it.
No. You drove the last one.
What do you mean?
All right, it's your turn. I don't want to stop driving it. I was having so much fun.
Oh man, I mean, this is really the perfect size, right? I love the Gladiator. I think it's a cool truck. It's very useful, but I just don't need the 4 doors and the 5-seat capability. This is kind of the dream, right? Short wheelbase, 2-door with a fairly usable bed, and of course a massive 392 engine under the hood.
What do you think of these mirrors? I kind of like them. They're pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, they're pretty useful.
Yeah.
And as we kind of cruise along some of these Moab rocks, we're on the 40-inch tall tires, pretty big lift. And it's got a great supple ride as well. It's just soaking up the bumps. It's a wide track axle design, so we're not feeling tippy at all. Look at that engine. This is a cool shot. You see through the windshield? You can actually see that engine. With the clear hood, you can actually see that engine move through the little transparent section.
Hey, stop for a second.
Yeah?
So that right there, what's that guy called?
That is the Jeep Grand Wagoneer concept. So that is a overland build on a Grand Wagoneer.
Now we're going to have a profile of that vehicle as well. And if you want to see complete TFL wall-to-wall, door-to-door coverage of the new concept of the Easter Jeep Safari, where should they go, Tommy?
Well, you can check out alltfl.com, or you can stick around to the TFL Off-Road YouTube channel, where we'll have everything that Jeep's been up to this year from EJS. But yeah, this is definitely, I think, the highlight for me.
This is your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, just short wheelbase, big, brutish engine. What else could you possibly want? Look at that.
I know. You know, I got to say, 40s are the new 37s.
Yeah, you might be right, Dad. It's kind of become the new off-road go-to tire standard, which is insane because not long ago, a 33 was considered a big tire. But it's got a great ride. The wheelbase is long enough where you can kind of tackle these whoops without getting the vehicle too upset forward to backward. And I just love it.
hey, let's be quiet, and you guys know where to go. And what we'll do is we'll end on a POV of you driving.
Well, but I have to put the POV camera on.
I'll put it up here.
It's not a POV, that's just you holding the camera by my head, Dad.
That's as close as we're going to get in this
Not
video.
a POV.
Well, the problem is if I put it there, you can't see where you're driving.
More of a POV at least. Now, if they were to build this thing, Dad, what do you think they would charge for it?
$149,000.
Why $149,000?
Because it probably cost $1 million, and just to get this thing through safety, imagine all the crash testing you'd have to do, and they would lose money on every single one of them.
Yeah, you could be right, but I still think there would be a market. Not a big market for a two-door pickup truck with a V8, but certainly an enthusiast market.
All right, you drive and I'll just roll. How about that? Where's the raccoon button, dude?
I don't think this one has it. It should be over here.
Yeah, we're missing a raccoon button.
The exhaust baffles. I think this one is always in loud.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, look at this.
What's that?
We've caught up to our electric counterpart. You see that?
Yeah, I see him.
Here, we'll spook him. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Got to give him a little rev there in the 392.
All right, see you guys next time. Ciao.